All right, back with part 3 now of Learning Guide 7, and we're on example 3. Graph the function of f of x equals 2 cos x subtract pi over 3 subtract 1 over 2 cycles. Okay, so what we did last slide was we did our ABCD, so we'll do the same thing here, but you're going to notice something different from the last one. Okay, so our A is right here at the front, so we put a 2. And our B is 1. If you look in front of the bracket, there is a 1 there. Now, the phase shift. We have a bracket involved, so we have the phase shift of right, or you could say positive, pi over 3. All right. Now, and the vertical displacement is negative 1. So let's go down, and we have negative 1. Okay, now we have the ingredients. We are going to now graph it. But like I said before, we got to find the period once we have the b. So it's 2 pi over, so we know it's 2 pi. All right. So just remember, there's the period, is 2 pi. And I drew this up here with this little guy with the light bulb coming on. You got to remember that when you're doing a phase shift and you have the period, they have to be in the same denominator. So I'm going to have to change 2 pi into a denominator of 3. So that'll be 6 pi over 3, because 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, so key that this and this got to be the same denominator when you're graphing. All right, so let's get down to graphing. So like I said last videos, when we're graphing, there's an order. And the first thing always is your vertical displacement. So let's put our lines in now for our vertical displacement. All right, let's use red this time. Okay, negative 1. So here's my negative 1. And there's my line. Then I drop 2, because the second thing is your amplitude. And drop 2, draw a line, and up 2. Okay. Now we got to put some indicators so we know what's going on here. Okay, so I know it's 0 here. Okay, and I know that's up 1. And that's down negative 1, and down negative 2, and down negative 3. Okay, you got to put that into let me as the marker, no. And I know that's 0, because it's a thick black line. It's like this is a 0. Not a very good 0, but it's a 0. Okay? Now, the window. We've got to make a window so we know we can draw our function within. So let's get our window drawn here. So the first thing is where is the phase shift going? Well, the phase shift is going right pi over 3, so it's going this way. But how do we know where is pi over 3? That gives us no numbers here. So now we just need to put in some numbers. All right? So I would suggest that for each tick here on the grid, see there's 1 tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, so on, they will be pi's over 3's. All right, so we can just put down here a pi over 3 here, first tick. All right, this tick right here is the second tick, so we say it's 2 pi over 3. And the third tick, this third one right here, is 3 pi over 3, which we could know as pi. Okay, and this would be 4. We're getting the idea, right? Oops. 4 pi, I'm just going to put 4, I'm too lazy. 6 pi over 3, which is 2 pi. And this is 7 pi over 3. All right, so you can sort of get a scale now of where we're going from. Okay, so let's make our window. Okay, first thing is we're going right pi over 3. So this is to the right of 0, and pi over 3 is right here. So I'm going to draw a nice line right there, up to the top, from the bottom to the top. And now I'm going for a period of 6 pi over 3, so 6 ticks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And I deliberately put that 7 pi over 3 in because a lot of people stop at 2 pi because it says 2 pi is a period. And that's if you start at 0. There's a ceiling, and there's the bottom part. And guess what? We have a nice window. So now we just need to put some, cut it in half. Cut the half into half. So 1, 2, 3. Well, half of 3 is roughly 1.5. So we're just giving a guess. We're not doing it to perfect. And half of that is going to be there. So now we have our window put in. We are going to now put the dots and then connect the dots. Okay, what do we have again? I forgot to see. We have a cos positive. Okay, so cos positive. Well, we remember from back a few videos ago, cos positive is right at the top. So it goes top, middle, bottom, middle, top. And when it says for 2 cycles, I would just repeat that. Okay, so I'm not going to shift this over because I know it's going over 1.5. So back to middle, back to the bottom, 1.5, back to the middle, and back up to the top. Okay, so now we can just get a nice sketch in here. Not the best drawing, but you get the gist of it. Okay, so there is our picture. Okay, I gave you guys some to try, and so you got the equation here. Do your A, B, C, D's, and get the graph, and then I will open up the answers here for you to see how you did. Oops. Cancel. Your answer is right here, I believe. Touch. Okay, so there's your answer for the first one, and the second one is there. Okay, so hopefully you guys saw those two.